I first heard about the idea of flame retardant-free furniture when I met Arlene. We met in 2006 at a symposium about the future of chemicals policy, in which it was suggested that California better develop its own because the Toxic Substances Control Act was a federal disaster. And after that symposium, I had the good fortune to be seated next to Arlene at lunch. And she mentioned that she had once upon a time worked on a couple of flame retardants and demonstrated that they were carcinogenic, and she was very disturbed to learn that although they had been driven out of pajamas by her work, they were reappearing in furniture. And although she'd been doing a lot of other things since that time, she thought she might have to engage with this issue. So I went up to Arlene's home in the Berkeley Hills, and she started to put together this PowerPoint deck, and ultimately I sent her a slide which had my two children in it. One was in little footy pajamas and one was in little kids' pajamas, just the kinds of pajamas that Arlene had driven the flame retardants out of decades earlier. But they were on this nice puffy couch, which as it turns out is 6% PBDE flame retardant. And we came up with the caption, "Have we driven the flame retardants out of children's pajamas only to bring them back in their sofas?" There began to be a political opening to revisit the furniture flammability standard itself, TB 117. So the first was working with the Bureau behind the scenes on the new furniture flammability standard, 117-2013. And then when the standard was formally promulgated and was predictably attacked by Chemtura, the manufacturer of the flame retardant chemicals that would no longer be in high demand under the new standard, I represented the Bureau in litigation to successfully defend that standard. And I was able in January 2015 to go to the store and buy a brand new couch, which was sitting under a huge sign that said, "Fire retardant-free furniture now available." And every day now my students sit on that couch and we talk about how they're going to make change in the world. I am incredibly pleased to see that Arlene has turned all of her big ideas and energy into the institution of the Green Science Policy Institute, so that these efforts can be magnified and continued by others for the long term. It also really taught me a lot about the cast it takes to move a big issue like this. So Arlene's tenacity and the way she engaged scientists to generate the primary data and lawyers to move the regulations and politicians to move legislation, the media to get engaged. I mean, that really taught me a lot about integrated advocacy and how to get big things done.